What's going on? I hope you all are good. So, I've just come across this video of Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy, the new director for the Rey movie. That will be the next film after the sequel trilogy, and it's really not the best for the story of Star Wars and Star Wars fans in general. Now, before we go into it, I just want to say that this is not really something I'd like to cover on my channel. I just want to talk about Star Wars and all the stuff we enjoy about Star Wars, cover the shows, whether they're good or bad. But stuff like this, I like to be very honest and transparent with anyone who watches my videos. And so I thought I'd cover this because I do have a problem with it, and I will explain why and how it ties into the story that we most likely will be getting. But yeah, this is really not a go-to subject for my videos, but I really feel like I need to cover this. It is about Star Wars, and it highlights a worry that I'm sure many fans have, and I know many fans have, because I've seen the reactions to this video online, and we all know what she's famous for. She's created many feminist documentaries that actually are valid, and they really do highlight situations that do happen around the world where women are being treated unfairly. But this is not the type of director that should be directing a huge blockbuster film, especially if it's Star Wars, which is literally the most escapism type of movie that you can ever watch. It takes you to another world where you can forget about all the real world problems. That's one of the biggest features of Star Wars that Disney have seemed to never have paid attention to. But yeah, I'm going to show you why this is not the type of director that Star Wars needs, and it does not make sense for Kathleen Kennedy, if she really did care about this upcoming Rey movie, to hire a director that has only made documentaries that are the total opposite to what Star Wars is, and she is definitely not the woman for this job. But let's watch this clip and we'll get into it afterwards.
To that.
Oh, absolutely. I like to make men uncomfortable. I enjoy making men uncomfortable. Not you, just
not you.
not you.
Point taken, point taken.
But, you know, it is important to be able to look into the eyes of a man and say, I am here, and recognize that. And recognize that I am working to bring something that makes you uncomfortable, and it should make you uncomfortable because you need to change your attitude. And it's only when you're uncomfortable, when you're shifty, when you have to have difficult conversations, that you will perhaps look at yourself in the mirror and not like the reflection, and then say, maybe there is something wrong with the way I think, or maybe there is something wrong with the way I am addressing this issue.
Yeah. So, like you guys heard from that video, now this is the director of the Rey movie. She likes to make men feel uncomfortable. Of course, that's a funny subject, that's a funny thing to say. You know, she was laughing a lot at that, considering that mindset is meant to be very serious. She finds that very funny, because it's about men. She's very serious unless she's bashing men. And then it turned into a comedy sketch, apparently, where she literally stops what she's saying just to let the audience laugh, because men are jokes, men are funny. And honestly, she clearly has hatred for them. She thinks that we just don't use our brains, we don't think for ourselves, we don't see issues that women can have in the real world. And you can tell by what she said that she has a hard time hiding the fact that she has this anger against men or hatred against men. And if you're not with me on that point, then I really don't know what else I can show you. I mean, the proof is in the video. I don't really know what else she needed to say. Her body language showed it. The subject that she talks about is very serious until she makes a joke about men, and then she starts laughing at them. So let's tie this into the Rey movie. Now, the sequels are already hated enough. Most people don't like them, but they wanted to double down and bring Daisy Ridley, aka Rey, onto the stage at Star Wars Celebration. She's just an actress, she does her job very well. She was very good in the sequels, but unfortunately, the story let her down. But yeah, they decide to double down. But not only that, they hire this woman as the director, which tells us all we need to know about how this movie is going to be. Now, I'm sure a lot of you may be thinking, well, she has this mindset, but it doesn't mean that she will bring it into the movie, the Star Wars movie. And let's be real, when have we ever seen this type of feminist ignore all of her ideologies throughout the whole time of working on this movie and not have any scenes inspired by that ideology? Every time a feminist has made a movie, it's been straight up girl power, men are bad. The main character and most of the side characters will be all women, and they're kicking the ass of men, and they're always horrible men. They're always harassing the women, and it's all basically just about women empowerment. If you want to make your own original movie about that, sure, go ahead. Literally, no one else can have a say in it, so it is what it is. No one will care. You just go and do your thing. People who are interested will go watch it. People who aren't interested won't. But the fact that she's bringing this into a Star Wars movie, and we know what type of woman Kathleen Kennedy is, and she's the exact type of woman that she would hire to make one of her movies. And unfortunately, this makes me feel like the Rey movie's gonna be more woke BS, funny enough. You guys might be surprised that I said that, but believe it or not, I think it's just going to be another woke movie that doesn't really care about the story, just like the last 3 films they gave us, and it will just keep pushing that agenda that men are bad. And I'm actually not blind, I see them targeting white men especially, whilst also using coloured people to push the agenda that white men are bad in general, and giving all the coloured people hand-me-down characters like Peter Pan, The Little Mermaid, which is absolutely ridiculous. If a character looks how a character looks, keep it the same way. The Little Mermaid is white, that's what she's always been, and all of us want it that way. It's just funny how no coloured person really supports this agenda that Disney are pushing, because they're just trying to create a divide with all the fans and have everyone falling out instead of actually giving us a good Star Wars movie. One so great that it might actually be able to be as good as a George Lucas Star Wars movie. But no, we've got this director that unfortunately hates men, clearly with a passion. All you need to do is watch that video and hear what she says. And that was only like a 10-20 second clip of the video. So I hope not, but if Luke Skywalker is in this movie, I can only imagine how they're going to treat him, especially with the fact that he has to follow on his storyline from the sequels, which had him as a grumpy old man, the total opposite of what he's meant to be. Like, I just hope they leave Luke out of this. In fact, now I think about it, Mark Hamill definitely does not want to come back to this character. He's already said that he does not like the Luke Skywalker that they made him play in the sequels. That was Jake Skywalker, that was not his Luke, and it's not ours either. In this movie, Rey's meant to be creating a whole new Jedi Order, what Luke was meant to be doing, which the more you think about it is absolutely absurd. The only reason people aren't so vocal about it is because we're so used to these decisions from Disney. It's become normal that they've given Rey the storyline that Luke Skywalker, the most popular character in movie history, should have had. So I'm guessing Rey's gonna create a whole new Jedi Order, but only for females. Men are not allowed because they're all too vulnerable to the dark side. It's gonna be a whole female Jedi Order, and at the end of the movie, the Force is gonna turn itself into a real human, and it's gonna say, "This is my main form. I was a woman all along, and thank you, Rey, for helping me be my true self." Even though the Force is literally just energy in the air that surrounds and is in everything. For some reason, Kathleen Kennedy, like we saw in that picture, the Force is female, which is just so forced, and it's literally done just to piss people off. So I literally would not be surprised if the Force comes out at the end of the movie and says, "I'm female." Why not? And that shows how ridiculous this movie can be. Now on the brighter side, the Ahsoka show, Dave Filoni I believe in 100%, and I'm excited for future products considering Kathleen Kennedy is meant to be out in the next year. Dave Filoni's making a movie, the Ahsoka show will be so good, and Acolyte, I'll get into that in another video. Apparently the trailer looks kinda good, I saw the leak, and it does look pretty cool, but there's some side worries about that. So I'm going to make a video about that as well. But yeah, the Rey movie was never a good look, but now thanks to Kathleen Kennedy, we can tie this in and have near to no faith in this movie, even though I didn't anyway. Even if it was a good movie, you cannot undo all the things you did in the sequel trilogy. They already went too far. This movie is going to be trash, but I just hope, like many other projects that Kathleen Kennedy has mentioned, gets cancelled and doesn't happen. But yeah, I don't really like to make these videos, but it's so relevant to Star Wars. Some other creators might want to ignore and just avoid this subject, but I'm a human like you guys. I'm here to keep it real with every aspect of Star Wars, and I'm here to vouch for what Star Wars is meant to be and support the Star Wars that we all know and love. And I'm not going to settle for whatever Disney wants us to settle for. I like being real with you guys, and I know you guys will understand. Even if you disagree with me, you can let me know down in the comments. This is a rare video, but I know when this movie releases that this subject's going to come up once more. And of course there's going to be a lot of negativity online, but we will have to wait for that when it comes. So yeah, what do you guys think about this subject? Put it down below. Do you agree or disagree with my takes? Let me know down below, and I'll see you on the next one.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Man, if you don't, get out my fucking way. No, boss. Oh, what the? Oh, fuck no. Yeah, I'll come back. I'll come back tomorrow. We actually get to go in. Oh, wow. This is where Luke got frozen. No, this is where Han got frozen. Oh, this is cool. What happens if I jump in there? Do I die? Guess we'll never know. Vader, get out. Let's fight. Let's fight, Vader. Come on. This is sad, but you're gonna go out like this. 1 bullet left, and you're dead. Come on, you're better than this. Come on, give me a real fight. Come on. Okay, B is to dodge. Okay, get used to it again. That's the block. Okay. Whoa. Whoa, buddy. Okay, he's better with this dude.